Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela, I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome back to a Whips, Bits and Chat number 70. Okay, so the videos that I will be showing you today are old videos from back in 2021. I had to look then, I've got to read. Okay, so they are from the third week of August. Right, so come on, let's go and see what I was chatting about back then. Now please remember, I do cut into these videos quite a lot, so there will always be a links in the I button up here to each of the videos that are used, in case there's something that intrigues you and you want to know more and I've cut it out. So you can click that button and go and be nosy. So the first video up this week is Whips, Bits and Chat number 70. Come on, let's go and see what I was gassing about. Okay, change of clothes because I've had to stop and start. It's a new day. Now, the next video, as I said, is Whips, Bits and Chat number 70. There was an issue when I was downloading it, so I had a big chunk of black screen. So if you want to watch the full video, of course, it is up in the I button up here. Now, from what I can gather from the video, because it is very old and I haven't bothered watching it on YouTube to double check. Yeah, I really should, but I'm not. What I was doing within this episode was reading through some of your beautiful comments that you put in the description boxes of different videos. The first one is about one of the tutorials that I'd put out that year. Right, so our Hilda has also sent me some extra information in the next email that will hopefully help you guys out if you're copying it and you're in another country. Now, let me see. Right, so she used the recommended hook size, which was a 5mm, and the yarn that she got was from Zeman. She says she's looking forward to the way that I pronounce that, but not being mean, she finds it adorable. Because, of course, anyone who has watched the lives knows that I always get her name wrong. There's about 4 or 5 different pronunciations for it, and I'm trying my utmost to get the right one. But I can never remember from one day to the next which name is the right name. So I've stuck it all to the same name today. And if it's wrong again, honey, tell me, and I'll try again next time. Hopefully I'll get it right. Right, so her main message reads that my tutorials are amazing, and that she loves how I just tell it how it is. Of course, I can't be doing with all the extra padding, and not on a tutorial. That drives me insane. So you don't get it. And she says she laughed her head off that I made a round pillow out of a square one. Well, I was in lockdown, girl. What do you expect? Got no pillow insert. Need it. Nick it from the one out the lounge. So she's also saying that there's no pillow is safe from me. Yeah, pretty much. Right, so then she comes in and says she used the hook size that was recommended, a 5mm hook. All the yarn that she used is from Zeman. Sorry, I look forward to your pronunciation of that. Not being mean, but I find it adorable. Because, of course, I can never get a name right. Bless. she follows that up with same thing with my name. Always a surprise how you're going to say it. I've got, what, 4, maybe 5 different versions of how I say Hilda's name. It's either Hilda, Hildy, Heidi, and I can't even remember the 4th and the 5th. They just fly out of my mouth completely the wrong time. So Hilda, hopefully I've got it right today, also states that she makes it human, and that's what matters. I'm really happy that you like her. So thank you ever so much for that extra information. As I said, I will pop it on the video or on the image as well. Right, so as some of you may know or may not know, Craig, that cheeky chappy from Universe, who makes the little pins that we're all going absolutely crazy for at the moment, the puntastic items, he only lives about 5 miles up the road from me. Now, I haven't had a chance to contact him and ask to borrow any items again this month, although I have done that in previous months. Now, he's got a new design out for Halloween and is available now on limited supply, so if you like it, go grab it. I will stick all the links to his site and everything and down below. But the reason I'm saying this is that I was on Instagram last week and he put a picture up of his new one and asked everybody for names. So of course there I am sitting there in a very sarcastic mood, and finally managed to write a name that actually resembled something that he may use, and it was the Bar Witch. Okay, so yesterday I've popped onto Instagram, yesterday being Tuesday, I popped onto Instagram to find that he'd finally named his new pin, and it's the Bar Witched. Missed out 2 letters, Craig, 2 letters, but to be honest, I love it. I think it's really cute, and the name's pretty nifty as well. And then whilst I was flicking through checking it all, my name had been mentioned on another channel, and so of course I've clicked through to that channel to see what they were talking about, because I'm nosy like that. So I clicked the link and it took me through to a post that I'd commented on for a competition to win a book from Inside Crochet. That's right, an actual book, not the magazine, but a book of amigurumi. So I was in shock because I've only gone and won it. I've won it. So what I've done what they asked, which is send the address, and now I'm just going to be sitting here twiddling my thumbs and waiting for the package to turn up. Keep everything crossed. I've never won anything on Insta, and Instagram does as I said, I'm not really used to it, so I've entered competitions left, right and centre, and then I gave up, and I was like, well, I always check them to see whether they're open worldwide, and quite a lot of them are not open worldwide, so that's a knockoff anyway. But this one, of course, because the magazine is in the UK, it was open to me, so that's why I entered it. And the patterns are so cute. So that was my 2 bits of good news for Tuesday, but there was actually a third. I got stuck doing the food shop as normal, and while I was there I used some of my birthday pennies from my mum. I'll explain. I've spent a lot of my birthday pennies, but I've definitely got value for money this year round, just like I did last year with all of those books that I bought from the works. I will stick a link up here so you can see how many books I managed to get for 50 quid, because that's all right. My mum just sends me £50 for my birthday or £50 for Christmas. I end up sending her something to the same value anyway, because that's just how our family is. It's 50 quid, it gives you a chance to either buy something you really like or you really want. So of course this year mum sent me 50 for my birthday. It's been sitting in its card on the side here for over a month. A month I had to hold out, because of course I had my it was my sister's wedding on Wednesday this week. which I didn't manage to go to, but I'll explain that in a bit. But my mum didn't want to forget anything because, of course, with wedding arrangements and things like that, everything is a mad dash rush. So she sent it out to me at the beginning of July. It arrived. So it's been sitting here all of July and a bit of August. So of course I've opened it on my birthday and I've got my 50 quid. So I ran over to Secret Yarn Stash and I placed a humongous order. Now for me, purchasing from a Secret Yarn Stash, I love doing it. The prices are so reasonable. And at the moment I can get solid colours like the ones behind, like hubby bought, at £1.20 for 100 grams. You can't go wrong for £1.20, and it works up beautifully. It holds its colour in the wash and all the stuff that we want from a yarn. Now the prices that I quoted from the Secret Yarn Stash for the Signet Pateau Everyday DK have changed. She has had to put the price up because of course everything in the UK to get shipped in and things like that, the prices have all skyrocketed. Now she's still managed to keep the price lower than everywhere else, okay. They were £1.20 back then in 2001. We're now in 2003, and as I said, she's raised the price, but it's still only £1.37 per 100 grams. So it's still worth grabbing. So I went over there and I have ordered every single colour in the DK range. Hold on, I'm going to have to do it. Let me think. I'll pick up the light one because otherwise it'll blow the camera out. So I've picked up every single colour of the Pateau, Signet Pateau Everyday DK that she had, and I've shoved some more in as well, some other brands that I've been eyeing up. So there I am. I've put this order through. I've asked for the affiliate link points as well, so I've also rounded it up, or well, not rounded it up, rounded it down and left the leftovers in the affiliate link pack. Sorry, not pack, the account. So there is also a red and black yarn coming to me as well for the poppies from you guys spending money on her site. So this order is coming in two massive bags. So hopefully at some point this week coming, I'll be able to show you those. So be warned, it's gonna be a big yarn shop. Well, of course, I've used the affiliate points for the poppy yarn, and then I've got my £50 from my mum, and then I have my birthday code, which I did feel really cheeky about using, but in my head it's going towards the shipping now because I'm paying, of course we're paying for shipping with our order, so in my head it's just free shipping. I hope Louisa understands. She did say she did. Right, so my order came in at less than the 50 quid. So I popped to Aldi's to do the food shop on Tuesday, and they've only gone and got tie-dye kits. Now I'm thinking, I read the back and it says it is suitable for cotton, linen, viscose fabrics, polyester cotton blends, wool and silk. So basically that should mean that I'm able to use the dye not on a t-shirt but actually on yarn. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to create an absolute mess in my kitchen. I'm going to have to really cover everything very carefully, or maybe shove it in a bucket and hope and see. Yeah, so it's at some point later on in the month, or maybe next month, I'm going to dye some of that really that yarn I got from Aldi, where I bought loads and loads. It's because I know I've still got some plain colours left. And let's see what that turns up like. It's neon, so it's going to be a hot mess. An absolute hot mess. Oh, I didn't realise I'd left it sitting on the shelf that long. It definitely wasn't a month later or even two. It was more like a year and a half. It's all that kit's fault. It's all that kit's fault that I now dye cotton. And no, I couldn't use it on the yarn that I'd purchased it for because it was acrylic, and you have to use different dyes for that. How fun. No. And if you want to see the hot mess that I made in my kitchen and with the yarn that I used, I ended up using cotton. It's on the Fun Day Die Day playlist, a video and number 1 and a video and number 2. And then on Saturday my bestie came round and she brought me a little gift. Now we don't normally do gifts as such, we normally try and spend time because she lives over in Wales and I live in the UK, so we normally spend time and we make time for each other around each other's birthdays. So because the birthday party never happened, hubby was trying to arrange a surprise but left it too late, and our normal gang couldn't make it because they had work and other bits of work, and what was it, two of them had work, another one was actually on holiday which is quite normal considering when my birthday is, everybody's on holiday or at work. So the surprise birthday barbecue didn't happen, which was quite lucky because it was pelting it down for most of the day with rain. So a bestie turns up holding a little package. Now she turned around and said, I remember me showing you this item a couple of years ago and you said how cute it was, so I bought it. And I was like, oh bless, thank you ever so much. So I've opened it. She's only gone and got me another coffee mug. How cute is that? It is shaped as a ball and it says, I like big balls and I cannot lie. Yes, she is as warped as me. So she said to me, I know you've already got one because you showed me the one that hubby bought you yesterday. She goes, but you can always put it on your table and hold hooks with it. Well, I'd rather not put hot coffee in it because it's just too cute, and the inside's a bit wibbly wobbly, so it'll be a right pain in the posterior to clean. I don't know about hooks though, but I'll think of something. It will go on my table and it will be used for non-sharp objects and stuff that can't chip it. Right, so I'm going to pop that back in the box. But thank you ever so much, bestie. Because hopefully by then I will have the project finished that I'm working on for Big Sis. Okay. Sorry, Big Sis is another one of my best mates, and I call her Big Sis because she's older than me. It's that simple. She's older than me. So Big Sis set me to task a couple of weeks back, as I told you on one of the previous whips and bits. So she chose 2 yarns from my So Crafty double knit yarn stash, the one that I'm trying to work through and use up. And one of the colours was mint green and the other one was plum. And she set me to task to make a top. And here it is so far. With this top there is no pattern, okay. I came across an image on Facebook and the lady that had posted it had made this top for herself, and she hasn't written up the pattern, and I don't think she intends to either, but she wanted to show off her work, and to be honest it was gorgeous. It was made in cotton, so it's not going to look exactly the same as this. Her one looked better, but that's my opinion. But she gave me the basic pattern, the pattern repeat, and the rest of it I've just run with. So as it stands at the moment, this is quite large actually, it's quite long as well. That's because I'm making it for Bestie and she's like me, she likes covering up. So as it stands at the moment, we've got the front and the back done and some pattern repeats, and the back only needs another 2.5 repeats at the bottom. Now this actually sits, when I put it on, because I put it on last night to test it, like the length, it sits, how would I put it, longer than what it would, my school skirt would have been. So sort of between my knees and my bum basically, so it's going to cover everything that we want it to cover. I've still got, as I said, I've still got another 2 repeats left to go to make the front and the back the same length. Then it's a case of working on the sides and the arms and stuff like that. So hopefully another evening's work on that and I'll have that one all done and dusted too. But that's my whip, so you'll have to wait till next week to see what it looks like. I might have to put it on and take some photos before I pop it in the wash and then dry it and send it over to her. Right, so that is the whip. This is, it would be completed if I had pom-poms for it. Okay, so next one up was, I was working with the Alzea, the Baby Baltic Alzea Spectrum yarn that I had up on my side. I'm trying to work my way through all these. Now, I'm not keen because of the way the colours work up. Now, I'm very much one for solid colours throughout, and if you're going to have colour changes, they're solid. You don't have enough to make one stitch in one colour here, and a half a mile up the project there's the rest of the colour. I can't deal with it, it's just too So I'd tried making a couple of different projects. I'll pop in a couple of pictures that I took of the projects before I written them out and I'll add them in here now. So as you can see, they were a bit colour here, a bit of colour here and a bit of colour there, which if anyone's got OCD, it's going to drive you mad, and I know it drives me mad. So I shoved it through my knitting machine basically, and I just fired off a nice long sock, sewed the ends together, and now I'm waiting on ordering, because I haven't done it yet, ordering a couple of pom-poms to go on the ends of it. So I've got a nice decent long double thickness scarf, whether it be for me or a kid. It's probably going to be a kid because of the length of it really. There you go, that's it, and that is how the colourway are worked up for me on the Centro knitting machine. Okay, let's turn that one around so you can see it on the other side as well. So it didn't work up too badly, but as I said, I'm not one for the mix match on the rows, and it was more pronounced in the crochet than what it is in the knitting. Now is time for the next video, and this one is the humongous yarn stash order. I am going to cut the majority of this out, and the original video will be linked up here because it's 21 minutes long. Nah, I'm going to tease you and then send you on your way to that link up there. Good morning, afternoon and evening my crazies, and my name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I would like to welcome you back to a secret yarn stash unbagging. And that's right, this is possibly a part one of my humongous birthday order. Now I will give you a little bit of details about why I've called it the humongous birthday order. And I'll also give you some details about our gorgeous secret yarn stash and Louisa, who runs it. Right, so let's get on with, why is it a humongous yarn stash? Right, well, every year for my birthday, my mum sends me some money because she never knows what to buy me. And to be honest, I think it might be the same for a few of us out there. Nobody knows what to get you, so you get cash. Well, last year, with the money that my mum sent me, I got a massive book haul from the works, so I put the link up there to last year's haul. Okay, now that kept the channel going for a little while and you guys all interested for a bit as well. This one's not going to be as long. Right, so this year I decided I was going to put in my order at the Secret Yarn Stash and get every single colour that she had in stock of the Pato Everyday DK in the solids range. That way, when it comes to me working out what colours to use for the next blanket, I will have some to hand and I can just look and go, that's the shade. Okay, so it'll make it a little bit easier, and also it will be in the cubes behind me so that you can compare the colours of the yarns behind me to what you have in your stash in whatever country you're in. Right, sorry about that. I just had Bestie on the phone, so I've cleared out a cube in the hopes that this lot will fit in there and tomorrow's lot will fit in the one underneath. Right, so here we go. Right, Louisa is the lass that runs a Secret Yarn Stash. Now, the link will be in the comment section down below. And I'll also pop a link up over here to a couple of other videos with some of the other yarns that she has in. Now, Louisa is an absolute dream, so you're going to hear me speaking about her quite a lot. She is brilliant. So her prices are a lot cheaper than the other big box stores and online places, which is why I like to shout her out, because she's only small and she's making sure that we can still get the yarn that we love at a really, really good price. So if you are living in the UK, you can get items delivered from Louisa. And if you've never used them before, use that affiliated link, jump over, you get a 10% discount off your first order, and then once you sign up you get to collect points, and then those points you can redeem later on for yarn or postage or whatever. Okay, so that is really, really good. I love that, and because of that I've used my points this week. Right, I am talking dribble again. I'm going to be cutting a lot out of this. And when you do get your package, look out for a little black and white and polka dot envelope. In there is some extra bonusy nice things that you're going to like, as well, of course, the itinerary list of how much you've spent on what you got. Oops. Right, so now let's get on to this yarny goodness. Now please remember, there is only pretty much one of each of these colours, I think. There may be two of some, but pretty much one of each, because I wanted to make sure I had the whole rainbow of colours that she had available when I placed my order. So I have cut the bag open. I have moved something out of the way for a moment, which we'll come back to later, okay, or I might use it to split up things. Right, so here we go. This one. Right, so here I am, I'm back with you for day 2 of the Secret Yarn Stash delivery. I'm squidging this all into the one video. Right, so what I actually did before I started this video was I sorted out the red and the black yarn and bagged it. Okay, so the red and black yarn that I have got from the affiliated link points are here. That is another 6 balls of red and 2 balls of black. Now I've got to remember my math. Give me a second. Right, so I've just cut the top off this one and I've sneaked a peek. Oh, this bit looks beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous wrapping paper. I'm going to tell you about this shortly. But you're going to have to wait till the end of the video. Right, so of course I've got another package, another spotty pack with some cool sweets in. And the little letter that goes along with. Right, now let's get into the colours. And our very, very last one out of the bag today is denim. There we go. So that is all of the shades that I got. Now, as you can see, I've put some of them back here already. I've got to try and work it out so that I can get them all in there so I can see them all and you get to see them all as well. Okay, I've spent far too long sorting this lot out, so much so that I've lost the daytime light, so I'm forced to be sitting under this really bright one at the moment. So I will pop back in the morning to show you it all a lot in a better light. Good night. Okay, now I'm going to tease you. If you would like to know what is in this package, you're going to have to keep an eye out next week for something extra special coming your way. Alright, so as I said, I ran out of light yesterday, so I finally got my cubes sorted. Let me wiggle out the way so you can have a nose. Right, so here we go. Here is the 2 cubes of a Signet Pâté Everyday DK. Now, as I said, I love this, and I'm going to have fun choosing colours now for the next project. You will also see that I have brought my soldier down. Behind him and behind the noteboard here is all of the poppy yarn that I've also received from the Secret Yarn Stash, because of course you guys have used the affiliate link. Thank you ever so much. So I will keep going, I will keep stacking the complete boxes up here, and I will keep shouting out the number and changing this bit here which has fallen on the floor. Okay. Yeah, so I will keep doing that so you can have a nose at that cube to see how far I'm getting. Of course, this cube here is a yarn that has been beautifully sent to me with yarn swaps and things like that. So, and of course we have the 3rd cube here, which is some of the other yarns that the Secret Yarn Stash also stock, which of course you know I love. The Pâté, the Signet Boho Spirit. I've got that now in 4 colours. Oops-a-daisy. I really should start making stuff with it. But time for me to get on with my next tutorial. Okay, so what I ended up doing was leaving the majority of this video intact. I just fast forwarded through on ×8. So that's why there's a lot of lip movement and a lot of movement, and you got to see the yarn. Now if you want to know the colour names and numbers and the other bits that I cut out, as in all my verbal, make sure you click the link and pop over to that video. Now that is it for me for today. I will see you all really soon, so please remember to stay chilled, stay happy and keep crafting. Goodbye everybody.